In today's lesson, we are going to be learning how to multiply and divide numbers in scientific notations and in word problems. Okay, so let's take a look at number one here. First of all, we have to determine what operation we're going to be doing. So when it asks in number one, how many times greater is 3.6 times 10 to the seventh than 1.5 times 10 to the sixth? When it asks how many times greater, that means we divide. So we're going to divide the numbers out in front. So with my calculator, okay, so I'm going to divide 3.6 and 1.5. So with my calculator, 3.6 divided by 1.5, and you get 2.4. So that's the number that goes out in front, 2.4. All right. Then 10 to the seventh, right, divided by 10 to the sixth. You keep the base and subtract the exponents. So 7 minus 6 is 1. So it's 2.4 times 10 to the first. Then you multiply that out and you get 2.4 times 10, which I know off the top of my head, just move over the decimal spot, is 24. So that would be my answer. Number three, let's look at that one. Move it down a little bit. How many times greater is 9 times 10 to the fourth and then 1.2 times 10 to the third? So again, we're going to, how many times greater? We're going to divide the numbers out in front. 9.9 divided by 1.2. 9 divided by 1.2, and we get 7.5. Then what we do is we, again, same thing, divide the powers of 10. 10 to the fourth divided by 10 to the third is 10. Keep the base. Subtract the exponent, so it's 10 to the first. Multiply those out, and you get 75. Awesome. All right, next one. Let's look at 5. What is 1/3? You have to know what 1/3 means. 1/3 is a fraction, right? 1/3 of 4.29 times 10 to the fifth. So what I'm going to do is just multiply the 1/3 times 4.29. 1 divided by 3 times 4.29, and you get 1.43 times 10 to the 15th. No, 10 to the 5th, excuse me. So that means I'm moving the decimal spot over 5 spots to the right, and you get your answer to be 143.0. 0. One more. Oh, I don't have room. Yeah, it's right here. 143. 1, 2, 3 zeros. Okay, so that would be my final answer. Okay. If they asked to put in scientific notation, you could also write it like that. But I think for this lesson, I'm going to have you type it in and go formative using the standard form. All right. The next one, 3/4. 3/4, you should know that, right? How much money is 3/4? 75 cents, right? 3/4 is 3/4. So we're multiplying that by 4.16. 3 divided by 4 times 4.16, and you get 3.12. Leave the times 10 to the 8th. And we're moving the decimal spot over 8 spots to the right, so we get left with 3, 1, 2, and 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we already moved it over 2 spots with the 1, 2, right? 1, 2, and then 6 more will get you 8. All right, let's look at some other word problems. Let's look at, this Snapchat one. All right. The CEO and co-founder of Snapchat, Evan Spiegel, makes that much money per year. Snapchat values 600 times his salary. What is the value of Snapchat? So again, you're just multiplying 600 times 1.4. 600 times 1.4, you get 840 times 10 to the 6th. Don't forget this guy, times 10 to the 6th. And you get 840. And the decimal spot's at the end here, so I'm just moving it 6 spots to the right, so it's going to be 6 more zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you like writing commas to make it nice and neat, it's 840 million. All right, I'm sure it's been up since that. All right, I don't know. TikTok might be catching up there. All right, number 12. There are approximately 1.14 times 10 to the 7th drivers in New York. Last year, 2.2% of drivers were reported to have been in an accident. Assuming that each driver was in no more than one accident, approximately how many people were in the accident? So 2.2%, you have to know what that means, right? 2.2% as a decimal, you have to convert that to a decimal, is 0.022. I moved the decimal spot 2 spots to the left, and that's how I got that number. Okay, I don't like how I wrote that, so I'm going to make it a little bit neater. 0.022. Okay, then I multiply this number by that number, 1.14. 1.14 times 0.022, and you get, 0.02508. Okay, I gotta remember that. 0.0258. I'm just gonna double check. 0.02. Oh, missed a zero. Good thing I caught myself. 0.02508. And then times 10 to the 7th. That doesn't go away. It doesn't disappear. So this means I have to move the decimal over 7 spots to the right. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to go 2 more spots. 6, 7, right? So it's 2508 with 2 extra zeros. That moved it over, right? 7 spots. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that would be my final answer. All right. You don't have to type them in with commas on Go Formative. All right. So work on some of these problems I'm going to give you. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you for watching.